So, Freunde der Sonne, jetzt heißt es, wir machen schon mal unsere Hände warm. So langsam aber sicher bringen wir uns in Stimmung für die nächsten Wettkämpfe im Takt der Musik. Die ganze Joynex Arena. Let's go! Der Takt wird schneller, auf geht's, Dresden!
As we open the doors to the final day in Dresden, we've witnessed stars, stories, and throwbacks. The Netherlands' emerging star Jens van Twout claimed gold in a pair of events yesterday, taking gold in the men's 500 and 1500. And today, the 23-year-old targets the clean sweep, racing in the 1,000. For the last time the Euros were held in Dresden 7 years ago, Olympic legend Ariana Fontana won gold in the 1,000. Yesterday, at the age of 34, she did it again. One more riveting day of robust action. Closing day in Germany of the 2025 ISU European Short Track Championships. We welcome you inside the Joynex Arena in Dresden, Germany. Patrick Keenis with you. And on your screen, the run of events that we have on this final day here in Dresden. We'll see a couple of different relays. We'll open with the mixed. We'll close with the men's 5,000. In between, the women's 1,500 will go from the semifinals to a champion. The men's 1,000 from the quarters to a champion. And we'll close things out with a final individual event with the women's 500 meters. Fans are still filing in. Repechage session took place a couple of hours ago. And they're going to look at all the events officials this weekend in Dresden. It has been an exciting first couple of days, and especially yesterday with what we saw from Fontana and Van Twout. Michel Dumont's our referee, and the stewards, starters, and the very important referees up in the booth. So great to have you with us. We'll kick things off with the B and A finals of the mixed relay. And then the first individual event we will see today will be the women's 1,500 meters. Again, we saw Van Twout yesterday win a pair of individual events. You go back just to last year in Gdansk, it was Pietro Saigel who swept all three individual events. That was the first time that had happened since Dresden in 2018, when it was Shinky Connect who swept all three for the Netherlands. And today, Van Twout will try to replicate that. Fans are here. They are anxious and ready to go. And the skaters about ready to take the ice here for the B final of the mixed relay. World Tour season will resume coming up in a couple of weeks in Tilburg and Milan. Those are the two final World Tour stops before you get to the World Championships back in Beijing in the middle of March. So just as fast as this World Tour season began, we're already on the downhill side of the mountain here as the skaters take the ice for the mixed team relay B final. And in this B final, we will see Hungary, Germany, Croatia, and Ukraine. And there is the start list for those 4 teams. The crowds were spirited yesterday. Germany had some skaters on the ice in a couple of individual events and some relays as well. But again, Jens van Swout was the headline story with what he was able to accomplish. Fontana and the Italians had a bountiful day. 2 on the podium in the women's 1,000 and claimed gold in the women's relay. And meanwhile, the Netherlands just continue to roll here through the Euros. 3 individual medals of the 6 awarded on the men's side yesterday. Van Swout turning to 2 golds. And Sven Roos, back from a couple of years of challenging injuries, got on the podium yesterday in the 1500 as well. So what will today bring? Stay tuned. Enjoy the action. And here we go. Hungary, Germany, Croatia, Ukraine. That's the lineup here in the B final. Essex on the opening lap here for Croatia, the checkered skin suit in second position. For these 4 teams in this B final, none has been on a World Tour podium this year. These are 4 teams ranked outside the top 10. Top-ranked team is Hungary, off to the early lead here. Hungary with Sarah Luka Baksai on the ice, about to make the first female-to-male exchange. Now, Hungary comes in world ranking of 11, entering the final couple events in the World Tour season. It's Andrade sprinting ahead for Hungary. Germany second, Croatia, and then to Ukraine. And the final of the 4 skaters on the ice for the first time. The lead still to Hungary. Clear path for the Hungarians early in this race. It's Peter Jasapati. But as the Germans close in, you will hear the crowd in attendance pick up their vocal cords. Germany right now sitting second. Betty Meske in the 85 and the pink helmets in the white skin suit right now, second for Germany. And still the same 1 through 4 lineup. Ukraine at the back of the pack. Box guide still leading the way for Hungary. 4 laps to go, and now the women are done on the ice. Hungary first, Germany sitting second. Andrade will come around the turn and make the final exchange here for Hungary, trying to claim the B final. Germany in second position, trying to make a run. There is the bell. Jasapati in front. The chase by Germany, and Hungary is going to wire the field. Hungary, Germany, Ukraine for third, Croatia finishing in fourth. So Jasapati and company claim the B final here in the mixed relays. We get underway on day 3 in Dresden. So clean start as we begin this last day here at the Joy Next Arena in Dresden. Solid race by Hungary as they take down the B final. There are the official results. Germany finishing seconds. Well, we just started this last day 4 minutes ago, and we are now ready to claim a European champion as the skaters for the championship final, the A final of the mixed team relay, about to head out onto the ice. The number one team in the world across this campaign so far has been Korea, but again, these being the European Championships, Korea, along with many of the other top mixed teams around the world, are not here. You do have the world number two, and that is the Netherlands. And this is how the Dutch, along with Poland, Italy, and France, arrived here in the A final. And this has been an event that the Dutch have owned in a couple of runnings where the mixed relay has been an event of the European Championship. Started a couple of years ago. The Dutch have won them both. And now we will get the introductions of the teams and of the skaters. And there's a look at Team Netherlands. Michelle Velzeboer, Zoe Deltrap, the teenager, along with Boer and Van Twoets for the Dutch onto the ice. Two-time defending European champions. They've been on the podium a couple of times, the World Tour, both the early season stops in Montreal. There's Team Poland. Malashevska, Stormowska, along with Selye and Nowinski. Poland, the European silver medalist last year behind the Dutch. And they are currently the number 6 mixed team in the world. There's Team Italy. Uriati, Siegel, Natalini, and Pietro Siegel. Those are the 4 on the ice for the Italians. They earned bronze at the 23 European Championships for the world silver medalist last year. So a high pedigree for the Italians and a great weekend so far here in Dresden for Team Italy. And Team France, Olivier Levesque, Bastien Fercoq, the 4 for France. Not on a World Tour podium. As a matter of fact, they haven't raced in mixed across this World Tour campaign yet. No ranking for France, but here they are in the A final, vying for a European championship. China, the reigning world champs. That's the team to whom Italy finished a runner-up last year. Team USA finished bronze as the rest of the Dutch delegation looks on from the padding. Malashevska will open things up here for Poland. There are the coaches. Anxious moments. Levesque will open for France. Siegel for Italy. Malashevska. And it'll be Michelle Velzeboer on the opening couple of laps here for the Netherlands. Michelle Velzeboer in helmet 12. Malashevska in 97. 18-lap race. And the first exchange. And now Deltrap for the Dutch. Italy in second. There's the first pass. Uriati glides past the inside and takes the lead away from Deltrap of the Dutch. Poland right now third. France it is in fourth. Poland up in a second position. And the first exchange, the men on the ice. Selye will take the lead for Poland. Italy shuffled back to second with Natalini. Boer and the Dutch right now sitting third. Selye will make the final exchange this first rotation to Nowinski. Oh, contact, and Nowinski sails into the pads. He made contact, I believe, with Siegel of Italy. And now it is Van Twoets and the Dutch, along with France, away from the pack a bit. And that will be reviewed. A possible penalty involving the Italians. Well, very unfortunate for Nowinski and Poland. In the A final, you're at the mercy, even if you're a team against which the penalty took place. Poland 2 laps adrift right now. And the Dutch back on top. Velzeboer. Uriati giving chase. Tight drafts. Back to Boer. And the Netherlands leading things by a whisker over Italy. A bit of a gap now to the French. They've fallen back to third. Natalini trying to close in on Tjuen Boer. Oh, tight exchange there, and the Dutch go down. And that's going to be checked out as well. There's the bell lap. Italy has been involved in a couple of scrapes here. Seigel comes around the corner. Italy will cross the line first. France second. So we are going to have a couple of different potential infractions. And the Italians are in the mix in both of them. So yes, you can imagine a subdued reaction as Team Italy crosses the line. This will be an interesting adjudication for the referees in the booth and for Michel de Montz. So in this replay melt, we'll see one of the first kind of items of examination involving Italy and Poland right there. That was Seigel that took Nowinski into the boards. They will examine that one. And then the other came much later in the race when the Dutch were spilled. And we'll get a look at that here. What will make that interesting is Italy did cross the line first, and there's the contact again. It was Seigel of Italy who crossed the line first for Italy. But I believe the second team across the line was France. And the French may get a gift here. Because with the Dutch going down, with the Poles going down, if Italy is penalized, and they're taking a look at a couple of them involving Italy, one of them has been cleared. I mean, you could see the French on top of the podium, which would be a stunner, but which would also be short track. So taking a look at the Italians, the failure to give way. Again, we're working with the referee's liaison. There was some maybe soft contact that might have just been Van Schwoutz on his own, although Seigel was millimeters away. And here is Michel de Montz with the declaration. And Italy will be penalized. And how about this? The French claim the European Championship gold. Not having raced all year in the World Tour, the French evading scrapes in this race involving Italy, involving the Dutch, involving Poland, and the last team standing practically claims a stunning European gold medal. Netherlands silver, Poland bronze, Italy draws the penalty, and Team France, Daudet, Levac, Bastier, Faircock will be on top of the podium because of the penalty assessed to Italy right there on Seigel. That was earlier in the race, knocking Nowinski and Poland into the pads. Anything can happen in this sport. And Team France, which had not even raced in a World Tour event, they had no points, no ranking, found themselves in the A final. And I don't think anybody really gave them a chance to win this race outright. But when penalties are involved and when falls, this happens. This is the result. And the French skaters grab their flag and take their lap of honor. How about that? And gracious fans here in Dresden. I don't think the French team can believe it. I don't think they can believe the result of what just happened. And how about the great sportsmanship by Team Poland, Team Netherlands? I mean, a lot of these skaters are very, very close, very, very tight as they prepare to jump onto the podium here. Certainly appreciate all of the hard efforts and time and, grueling training that the French put in just like anybody else, and reaping the rewards as only short track can offer. Let's go down to the ice for the victory ceremony, celebrating Team France, European champions.
Will be presented by former German Olympian Anna Seidel, race director Mr. Umarinske, and chief referee Mr. Michel Dumont. In third place, and the winners of the bronze medal, Lukas Koczynski, Natalia Maliszewska, Nikola Mazur, Michal Niemiecki, Jan Zele, Kamila Slobowska, Team Poland! Second place and winners of the silver medal, Tjurgen Bohr, Zoe Deltrap, Shinky Knapp, Dieter van Oschot, Jens van Wout, Michel Wenzelboer, Team Netherlands! Gentlemen, the Netherlands. Ladies and gentlemen, in first place, winners of the gold medal, the new ISU European short track speed skating champion, mixed team relay 2000 meters 2025. Etienne Basti, Gwendoline Daudet, Quentin Vercock, Aurélie Levesque, Chloé Olivier, Taban Thomas, Team France!
Team France right in the center of that indelible photograph. Gold medalists at the European Championships in the mixed relay. Well, that's the beauty, the unpredictability, and the craziness that is short track. And boy, how robustly were those athletes from France banging out their national anthem. An unexpected top of the podium finish for France. Well, that's how day 3, our final day in Dresden, launches. So we are in store for a pretty exciting final day of European Championship race. We'll take a bit of a break. We'll come back in around 16 minutes time and get to our first individual events of this final day in Dresden. The women's 1,500 meter semifinals. Those are on the way. Again, 14:13 local time, so about 16 minutes from now. You are watching exclusive coverage of the ISU European Short Track Championships. Stay tuned.
Es gibt einfach Momente, die sind schön und es gibt Momente, die sind nicht so schön. Und es gibt auch Momente, wo man eventuell irgendwann an irgendeinem Punkt ein Taschentuch braucht. Bevor es dazu kommt, gibt es erstmal ein wenig über den Tag von heute. Und dazu übergebe ich das Wort an für die Main-Session auf 1000 Meter. Die Mixteam-Staffel haben wir gerade eben gesehen, das B-Finale gelaufen und vor allen Dingen qualifiziert heute. Und ich denke, dafür gibt es jetzt erstmal einen kräftigen Applaus der Arena hier in Dresden für unsere Sportler. Markus hat es jetzt tatsächlich gerade schon gesagt, wir lachen jetzt gerade, stehen hier mit einem lachenden Auge, aber leider gibt es auch ein trauriges Auge, ein kleines bisschen zu verkünden, denn das ganze Thema World Cups, Europameisterschaften, Weltmeisterschaften, das alles hat eine ganz, ganz großartige Sportlerin hier, welche aus Dresden kommt, alles schon hinter sich gebracht und vor allen Dingen auch Olympiateilnahmen mitreisen dürfen. Und ich begrüße ganz dolle und deshalb bin ich nochmal um einen kräftigen Applaus, großartigen Applaus bitte für Anna Seidel. Dazu zählen ganz viele Ereignisse, zum Beispiel Bronze 2022 in dem Weltcup in Almaty auf 1500 Meter, Bronze 2023 in Gdansk bei der Europameisterschaft, Silber 2021 bei der Europameisterschaft in Gdansk und vor allen Dingen ein ganz großes Ereignis und ich glaube, das bleibt der Anna auch mit am meisten in Erinnerung, nämlich bei der Jugendolympiade 2016 in Lillehammer, wo sie nämlich auch Bronze über 1000 Meter gewann. Und auch dafür in Summe gibt es 2 EM-Silbermedaillen, 5 Bronzemedaillen, eine olympische Medaille und 2 Weltcup-Medaillen. Und ich denke auch dafür nochmal einen Riesenapplaus für die Leistungen von Anna Seidel. Und so schön wie es ist, bei vielen Familienfeiern auch heute wieder, haben wir eine kleine Zusammenfassung für Anna zusammengestellt, nämlich ein kleines Video und dementsprechend sage ich, Film ab!
ganz tatkräftige Begleiter, die sie über die ganze Shorttrack-Karriere begleitet haben. Und beginnen möchte ich gerne mit der Sportdirektorin der DESG, Nadine Seidenlanz.
Ja, liebe Anna, ich habe heute die Ehre, im Namen der Deutschen Eisschnelllauf- und Shorttrack-Gemeinschaft ein paar Worte an dich zu verlieren. Und das mache ich natürlich sehr gerne. Ich denke, wir haben in der Zeit, wo ich auch Sportdirektorin war, einige Tiefen, aber auch einige Höhen miteinander mitgemacht. Natürlich deine schwere Verletzung, nach der du dich wirklich knallhart zurückgekämpft hast. Mit absoluter Professionalität bist du das angegangen und konntest auch nochmal die Olympiateilnahme in 2022 mitmachen in Peking. Und natürlich auch hier vor 2 Jahren, dein zweiter Platz hier beim Weltcup in Dresden ist wirklich einer der schönsten Momente. Ich möchte aber auch sagen, dass du wirklich eine Vorzeigeathletin für Deutschland bist. Und die Deutsche Eisschnelllauf- und Shorttrack-Gemeinschaft ist wirklich sehr, sehr stolz auf dich. Und auch als Athletensprecherin hast du dich eingebracht, also nicht nur sportlich, sondern wirklich auch politisch. Und wir danken dir ganz, ganz herzlich und wünschen dir natürlich für dein weiteres Leben alles, alles Gute und wünschen dir eine Kleinigkeit.
So, liebe Anna, auch von uns, vom Verein aus, alles, alles Gute. Wir haben dich mit ranwachsen sehen. Ich habe es begleitet, gesehen, wie die Kinder in der Eishalle hier rumrennen und dich immer noch als Vorbild sehen. Und dafür ganz herzlichen Dank, was du auch in der Shorttrack-Welt auch bekannt gemacht hast. Also früher konnte ich immer sagen, Shorttrack, was ist das? Wenn wir an der Seite gesagt haben, war das sofort ein Begriff. Und auch für dich ein kleines Andenken. 17 Jahre warst du tatsächlich Vereinsmitglied und hast vieles erlebt und vieles vorangebracht und viel geleistet. Herzlichen Dank.
Hier noch ein paar persönliche Worte an dich. Ich hatte die große Freude, dich begleiten zu dürfen, ob als Fahrer, Teamleader bei Auslandswettkämpfen, als Vizepräsident, als Schiedsrichter, genau zu gucken, ob du richtig läufst. Und natürlich auch hier als Organisator, warst ja Medaillenkind, hast hier Medaillen übergeben, hast selber eine Medaille empfangen und heute hast du Medaillen übergeben. Ich denke, das ist eine schöne Sache. Man sieht lange Karriere, lange Zeit, seit 2007, wie gesagt, verbindet uns unser Weg. Und ich wünsche dir alles, alles Gute.
Okay, ich halte mich kurz, damit wir den Wettkampf jetzt hier nicht weiter aufhalten. Ja, es ist sehr emotional für mich, aber auch super schön. Ich habe es immer geliebt, zu Hause zu laufen und das ist der perfekte Ort, um jetzt nochmal Danke zu sagen. Danke natürlich an meine Familie, die mich immer unterstützt hat, an meinen Verein, an meinen Verband, aber auch meine ganzen Trainingskollegen und Trainer, die mich jeden Tag auf dem Eis gepusht haben, auch wenn ich die dafür manchmal auch irgendwie nicht so mochte, aber es hat immer gut getan. Die Stadt Dresden, die stand immer hinter uns, hat mich motiviert und Rückhalt gegeben und ja, jetzt ist es eben an der Zeit, einen neuen Schritt zu gehen. Ich wünsche allen aktiven Sportlern natürlich nur das Beste, werde immer trotzdem alles noch verfolgen und Teil der Shorttrack-Familie bleiben. Und ich bin nicht aus der Welt, ich hoffe, man läuft sich noch über den Weg und vielen Dank für die schönen Jahre.
Meine Damen und Herren, Anna Seidel! Und ich bitte jetzt noch um einen kräftigen Applaus, denn sie wird ihre Ehrenrunde, ihre allerletzte Runde, hoffentlich nicht ganz die letzte Runde, aber die letzte Runde hier auf Europa-Eis stattfinden lassen. Anna Seidel!
Ich glaube, das wäre ein Moment, um sich nochmal zu ergeben vor dem letzten Anna Seidel! Ein Star geht mit jungen Jahren von den Bühnen aus guten Gründen und da wünschen wir natürlich alles Liebe und alles Gute. Aber wir haben natürlich auch Jungs und Mädels, die versuchen, in ihre Fußstapfen zu treten. Und welcher Song passt da besser dazu? Und wir wollen gemeinsam mit euch natürlich schauen, dass Betty zum Beispiel, Lisa oder die Jungs, Robin, Raphael und auch Ben, hier in ihre Fußstapfen treten und Erfolge für den Shorttrack einlaufen, für Team Germany. Wunderschön. Wir hatten ja gestern schon Musik für unsere italienischen Freunde, wir haben Musik auch für unsere niederländischen Freunde und heute gibt es was für unsere Freunde aus Polen. Wenn das Internet denn klappen würde hier, ist da der Wahnsinn. For the friends from Poland. Jetzt hat mir jemand ganz kurz die Musik abgedreht. Okay.
Welcome back to the Joy Next Arena in Dresden. Preparing now for the first of three semifinals of the women's 1,500 meter. 22 skaters across three different heats. And what a start we've seen to day three. Electrifying these German fans celebrating France, claiming the mixed relay in a surprising fashion, to say the least. So the skaters on the ice, first of 3 semifinals, and this will include the defending European champion in a surprise of her own a year ago in Gdansk. That's Elisa Confortola of Italy. She claimed gold at the European Championships last year. As a matter of fact, Italy was on the podium twice in that event with Ioriati, who we will see coming up in the 3rd semifinal. She took silver. Confortola, number 6 right now in the classification World Tour rankings, which is the highest ranking of anybody here, because the top 5, Hannah de Smet, Kim Gilly, Corey Stoddard, Kristen Santos Griswold, and Choi Min-jong are all not here at the European Championships. So Confortola in helmet 24. She'll be coming out of position 6. There's Michelle Velzeboer, the 21-year-old from the Netherlands, 2 in this 1,500-meter race, including the teenager Zoe Deltrap. So off we go, 13 and a half laps in the women's 1,500-meter. They ran the repechage races for this 1,500 earlier today. We'll see 3 members out of the repechage who climb back into the main draw coming up in the next couple of semis. None in this opening semi. Hungary's Ajadora Simodi in helmet 47 was a world junior champion a couple of years ago at this distance. And there she is in between those 3 toward the head of the pack. Confortola right now off to a 3rd place start. Chloe Olivier of France in helmet 49. She's setting the early pace. Just had a gold medal draped around her neck a couple of moments ago, part of the mixed relay European Championship French side. Svetlana Repetska of Ukraine at the back of the pack. Petra Vankova from the Czech Republic. So those are the 7 across the ice. Would imagine Olivier is probably feeling like she and Team France right now are unstoppable based on what we saw in that first event today. But now it's all on your own. Breezing wide, Vankova of the Czech Republic in the 61 helmet takes the lead. Simodi right now 2nd, and then Repetska 3rd. And here comes Deltrap from the back to pack. Confortola trying to get into the lead group as well, and Confortola swerves wide, takes the lead. 1st and 2nd, and a maximum of 1 fastest 3rd place finisher will advance to the A final. Championship final scheduled about 35 minutes from now. So it's Confortola and Simodi right now 1-2. And there's Michelle Velzeboer up into 2nd place. That's the key spot. An automatic advancement to the championship final. There's the bell. Confortola in front. Velzeboer and then Simodi. Deltrap, the teenager, 4th. The final corner. Confortola, Velzeboer will finish 1-2. Simodi 3rd. Deltrap just didn't have the goods to make a late move in that final lap. So again, with 1 fastest 3rd, we'll see how Simodi's time will hold up. But the defending champ, Elisa Confortola, safely through to try to defend. So there's the finish. There's the defending champ. There is Velzeboer securing a spot in the championship final as well. And for Simodi. She's on the clock right now, 2:35, 4:23. So we will watch that over the next couple of semifinals. Again, a maximum of one fastest third. Skaters for the second semifinal, highlighted by still staying the Mets, the bronze at the European Championships last year. What a podium that was. Confratola, Ioriati, still staying the Mets. There's Petra Yazapati, winning silver yesterday in the 1,000. Had a terrific race behind Ariana Fontana. There's Gwendolyn Daudet's also a gold medalist earlier today. And you heard me right, if you're just tuning in, France took the mixed relay European title. So away we go in the second semifinal. You have Yazapati and still saying the Mets of Hungary, two from Poland, Stormowska and Topolska. Annabelle Green, who was the daughter of Olympians. She's representing Team GBR, Great Britain, in helmet 59. Gwendolyn Daudet of France. And Barbara Gakova of the Czech Republic came out of the repechage earlier this morning to grab a slot here in this second semifinal. Zapati, the two-time Olympian, and skaters go down. We get a whistle about, 3.5 laps into the race. 4 of the 7 skaters impacted there. So danger on the ice, and we'll take a look right here at exactly what happened right in there. It's kind of sandwiched in, and a heavy fall for Silsei Nemet. So Michelle Dumont is signaled for a restart. Watch in helmet 41. Daudet had her hand on Silsei Nemet, spills her down. The two poles cancel out each other. Everybody appears to be okay, fortunately. We saw a near rough landing and impact yesterday in a race with Nowinski cartwheeling across the ice, more helicoptering action, almost clipped the stomach of Pietro Seigel of Italy. Just missed him. As a matter of fact, Seigel said after the races yesterday that was avoiding injury from the blade of Nowinski was his best move all day, was his quote after the events yesterday. But all 4 skaters appear to be fine. They're checking the blades, and we will have a complete restart here. And even though 3.5 laps or so into this 1,500 meter, we're talking, 400 meters, but again, it's not as though it was a sprint. It's not as though the pace was heavy, so it should not have a real tangible impact on the stamina and endurance of these skaters. Although for Gakova of the Czech Republic, she was in the repechage earlier today, so she's already had 1,500 meters on her legs. Yazapati, Olympic bronze medalist in the mixed relay a couple of years ago in Beijing, and now the restart. I wouldn't be surprised if it's an even slower start to the first couple of laps of this race than what we just witnessed. But away we go again. 13.5 laps. Top 2 automatic access to the A final here at the European Championships. Talk about Annabelle Green. We saw her on the short track circuit last year. Both of her parents were Olympic skaters. Green, 22 years of age, trying to follow in their footsteps. She's in helmet 59, right in the middle of the pack there on the inside, making a move to pass a couple of skaters. Green now into third. There she is. Great production work, camera work here in Dresden all weekend long. We hope you've enjoyed all their wonderful shots of the intense action here in Dresden. Already one yellow dot indicating a potential penalty that will be examined a little bit later on. And the two Hungarians are 1-2. Yazapati, Silese Nemetz. That's of France, third. And then two from Team Poland, Stormowska and Zapolska. Green is right now sixth. And now the speed beginning to kick in this 1,500 meter. Stormowska right now in that third place position. 2:35.423 is Simodi's time. One more semifinal to go. They'll take a max of 1/3 if there are no penalty advancements. The lead still to Yazapati. Stormowska up to second. And a gap now to Zapolska, who's burst into third. There's the bell. Yazapati and Stormowska. Side by side, final corner. And that pair will advance ostensibly to the A final. Zapolska comes in 5 seconds better than Simodi's third place time. That would give Zapolska an opportunity potentially to move on with one more semifinal to come. So skaters depart the ice. We will have a new podium here in 2025 of the Euros. Still say Nemet will not advance. She finishes fourth. She'll move to the B final. There's the time for Zapolska, 2:30.603. Stormowska, Yazapati are through. So now Simodi will be filtered back into B final. The last semifinal. And there is last year's European silver medalist, Gloria Ioriati from Italy. And Zandra Velzebor, overall number 2, a very tight number 2 in the Crystal Globe chase, just 10 points behind Kristen Santos Griswold of the United States. Top-ranked skater in the 500 and the 1,000, but here she is in the 1,500. Her only individual events. Ariana Fontana right alongside. So two of the short track stars on the women's side in this 1,500 meters semifinal. And how about Fontana? Picked up her 25th and 26th European medal. A couple of golds yesterday. Fontana winning the 1,000 meter in surprising fashion. Again, Fontana, she's been training on the long track as well, aiming to compete in each of those at the 2026 Winter Olympic Games. So she was training in the United States up until just about 3 days ago. Flew here to Germany Thursday morning, took plenty of naps, plenty of jet lag, and still got on the ice on short track and won gold yesterday. And she was quoted after day 2 here in Dresden saying she was so exhausted that she could barely muster energy to sing the national anthem when the Italian flag was raised in her honor. We'll see what a good night's sleep and 2 gold medals has done for her today. Last day here in Dresden. Top 2 to the championship final, and 2 Italians are leading the bunch. Uriardi, and there's Fontana in the 105. Zooms ahead. Eckstein of Germany third, so that gets the crowd going. And Velzebor at the moment in 4th. So Velzebor trying to kind of expand her palette to the long distance here, the 1500. We'll see how she handles it. She's the cream of the other distances. And now Velzebor swings wide. This is her time to make a move. And she is digging hard, about 5 wide. She's up into 3rd, finds room on the inside, and Velzebor has the lead. Takes away from Uriardi. Fontana right now is 3rd. Inside 2 laps to go, and this is going to be a race down the finish. Velzebor, Uriardi, Fontana. There's the bell. Top 2 to the A final and maybe a 3rd place time. Velzebor, Uriardi are going to go 1-2, and we'll check the time of Fontana, 2:24, and that's going to be good enough. That was an excellent race, and Uriardi thrilled with the outcome. That is a high-quality field at the front end for Uriardi to navigate. So Velzebor, boy, there's some graceful moves by Xander Velzebor. She's known for that at the short distances, but we saw some of that in that late driving speed by Velzebor as well. Looked like she gave herself one moment to make her move, and she did, and she took advantage, and the move swung across 2 different corners. 5th to 3rd, and then that move right there got her right in the mix and grabbing the lead. A full lap maneuver by Xander Velzebor. And confidence winning a 1,500-meter semifinal. Uriardi finishing 2nd, and again the time for Ariana Fontana plenty good by about 5 seconds to get Fontana, the Olympic legend, into another championship final. And here are the official results. And that 2:24.935 will send Fontana to the A final as well. So Uriardi, the silver medals from last year, Velzebor, the superstar, and Fontana, the legend, all on the way to the A final. And it will not, you won't have to wait long to see it. It is scheduled for, if my timing sheet is right, about 18 minutes from now. Rest to recover. There's a look at the B finalists. We'll see Michelle Velzebor and her older sister Xandra, Confortola, Yazepati, Stormowska, along with Fontana and Uriardi coming up in the A final. Don't miss that one. And now quickly moving on to the quarterfinal round of the men's 1,000 meter. And we will see Jens van Twoutz aiming for a sweep of the individual European Championship medals this weekend. We'll see him in the very first quarterfinal. The overall number 3 at the World Tour, classification number 2, and he's been unstoppable this weekend. His teammate Sven Roos said after Roos's medal performance yesterday, claiming bronze, he said, Van Twout is smooth. It's like he's flying on the ice. I mean, he is just gliding and effortless and powerful, and he's only 23. And he's at the front of the pack here in this 1,000 meter, 9 laps. Stan de Smet in helmet 8 for Belgium. Toward the back of the pack for Kanakar of Turkey, Wonjun Moon of Hungary, and Ben Jung of Germany. Jung in the 83 helmet. He's sitting 4th. Came to represent Germany about 4 years ago from Korea, along with his sister. A car motors up into third. The lead, though, still to Van Woutz. Not really pressed at all so far in this race. 2.5 laps to go. Here's a car making a move. They'll take first and second plus a maximum of 2 fastest thirds onto the semifinals. And Van Wout ahead of the field. Battle for second. De Smet and a car in that second position. De Smet will get the late pass, finish second. A car's time of 1:24.39. So a very business-like effort to begin day 3 for Jens Van Wout. Trying to become the 3rd male skater in the last, 8 years to sweep all 3 individual events. Shinky connected it here in Dresden 2018. Pietro Seigel did it last year in Gdansk. And the way that the form looks of Van Wout, it would be a huge upset if it did not happen. Busy weekend for Van Wout. De Smet got on the podium in the 1500 behind Van Wout yesterday. Silver in the 15. And there are the results. 1:24.377 officially for a car. 4 quarterfinal races out of Heat 2. And we will see the defending European champion Pietro Seigel, the world silver medalist last year, behind William D'Angelo of Canada. He's a world champ in the 500 a couple of years ago. Seigel on the podium yesterday behind Van Wout in the 500, finished silver. But he swept all 3 of these events last year. Dethroned, though, after 2 straight European titles in the 500. Look at Pozdag of Turkey. Tomas Natalini of Italy, Irenas Berzins of Latvia, and Theo Collins of Great Britain in the 94. Those are the 5 in this second quarterfinal heat. So see how the Italians worked with one another in this heat. With Natalini and Seigel. Natalini right now up in a second position. Seigel right behind him. And there's a move to the inside. Takes Pietro up in a second position behind Berzins. And it looks like Seigel wants it all. So the field is behind him now for the defending European champion of last year. Collins still back in the pack in 5th. And Berzins hanging tight. Oh, Berzins lost stride. I don't know if something went wrong with the blade or if that was a physical issue, but he pulled up lame coming out of that quarter, and Berzins is out of the race. Now the 2 Italians hear the bell. Pozdag is now 3rd. It is Seigel and Natalini. And Seigel will claim it. Natalini 2nd. And Pozdag's 1:25 and change is about a second slower than a car a moment ago. Now what happened with Irenas Berzins? He was in the mix in this race. I don't know if it was a blade issue or a physical issue. Whatever it was fairly pronounced. And there he is early in the race in helmet 37. So the Italians moving through to the semifinal. Weigel and Natalini finished 1-2. So there's a look at the defending champ moving through to the semis. It didn't really get a look, but you see the DNF for Berzins of Latvia. It was an unusual kind of pull-up, as if he broke stride, but if we get any update on Reynes, will pass that along, but his event is over. 5 across the ice in the third quarterfinal. Nico Andermann from Austria out of the repechage earlier today to get through. Niall Tracy, European silver medalist at this 1,000-meter distance last year. That was a big step for Team Great Britain and Tracy himself. And he would like to show that he's even in better form this year. We'll see how he handles it, trying to get back into at least a semifinal. Tracy, 24 years old. First World Tour podium in Beijing in the 1,000 earlier this campaign. There he is. Pretty deep field, though. Verkock of France, Lucas Speckenhauser of Italy in the number 12, Selye of Poland, and Andermann. Those are the 5 on the ice. First 2 head to the semis. The max of 2 fastest thirds, and down goes Verkock. Go 3, go crashing into the walls, and we will have another restart here from Michel de Monts. 1 went down, 1 attempted to stay on his blades and failed, and the third was dominoed down as well. Andermann and Speckenhauser, I think, were the only 2 remaining on their blades. So a couple of laps into the 1,000, just as we saw in the women's 1,500 a moment ago, 3.5 laps in, we got a full restart because basically more than half the field had gone down, and according to the referee's liaison, the race would not have been won on merit. So 2 go down, then Tracy into the wall late. There's Verkock, the first to go down, tripped up Selye, and then he inadvertently caught Tracy on the way into the pads. Let's see where the contact was. Right there, I think it was the right blade of Tracy connecting with Verkock, who was on his inside, and then Selye caught a little bit of the fray as well. So they will change out some blades and do a restart. We'll see if all 5 competitors are allowed to restarts. Could be taking a look at Quinton Verkock. Andermann on the repechage, staying warm. He should be nice and loose. Repechage a few hours ago, so he's had time to rest and recover. Here's a look at Niall Tracy. Part of the Tracy brothers. Racing on short track for Great Britain for years. Now it's really just Niall on his own. There's Selye of Poland. And getting word from the referee's liaison that Quinton Verkock will not go in the restart. That is the word we are getting. And we see Michel de Monts skating onto the ice. He will make that official announcement, but we're getting word that it is Quinton Verkock will not be part of the restart here. So that'll change the look of this third heat of the quarters. Well, Faircock, who was on the podium yesterday, bronze in the 500. I'll change the strategy of really everybody, but in particular, a guy like Lucas Speckenhauser. So 4 skaters return. Faircock is out.
Go to the start. Ready?
And just for clarification, the word we are getting is that it was an infraction charged against Faircock for a late pass. So 4 on the ice in this third quarter final. Now we'll see how things change. Tracy and Sellier out in front early. Speckenhauser, who is known for his late massive moves. And the big-bodied Italian right now third. Anderman at the back of the pack. Tracy trying to, I won't say resurrect the Great Britain program, but he really is the face on the men's side of Team GBR. You know, Elise Christie was their superstar for years and years, and there really has not been any major force from Team GBR since. Tracy improving and getting into more A finals at the World Tour level on a European medal last year. He's trying to jockey his way into the semifinals here. He's being pressed by Sellier, and Tracy connected a blade with Sellier. The bell rings. Speckenhauser in front. That will be reviewed as well. Looks like Sellier might have interfered with Niall Tracy. Speckenhauser crosses first. Anderman second. Sellier and then Tracy. But they will have a couple of looks here at items under review, and the one of most notable will be the potential infraction with Sellier against Tracy, which I believe was in a fight for second position, which would then potentially advance Niall Tracy to the semifinals. But again, we don't want to get ahead of ourselves on what the officials will determine. We should have a look here on this video melts. Here's the finish with Speckenhauser. They're taking a look at whether Sellier did not give way to Niall Tracy. And Tracy certainly hoping that is the case, because he would be moved through to the semifinals if that is the judgment. There's a look inside our video review booth. And that's exactly what they're taking a look at. You see that monitor second from the left to the bottom. They're looking at this right here with Sellier and Tracy kind of nudging him to his right. Blades, maybe the arm got extended a bit. And there is Michel Demons. And normally when he's punching his fingers into that monitor, he's punching a penalty on one of the skaters. And now the official verdict.
After review, we give 2 penalties. The first, skater number 21 from France. The second, skater number 32 from Poland. And we have an advancement for skater number 27 for Great Britain.
So there are the results, and he did make the announcement on the initial penalty that led to the restart on Faircock, and then the penalty within the restart race goes on Sellier of Poland, and we will see Niall Tracy advance to the semifinals. So Speckenhauser and Anderman are through into the semifinals, along with Tracy, thanks to the penalty. And here is the official look at it for the illegal late pass. This is from the initial race right there with Faircock charged with that penalty. That's why he did not come back to the start line with the restart. Here is the Sellier infraction against Niall Tracy as they were battling for second place.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you leave your places, please take all your luggage with you.
So with that advancement now by penalty, that means a maximum of one fastest third will head through. And right now that fastest third belongs to a car. And now to the final quarterfinal. There is Michelle Nowinski of Poland. Robert Krusbergs was slated to be in this race, but again, he crashed out yesterday early, did not appear in his next race, and he's not on the start line here either. So 5 across the ice for this last semifinal. Sven Roos on the podium in the 1500 yesterday after he said following the race he didn't know if he'd ever get back to this level. He had a couple of major injuries, hip operation a couple of years ago, back issue last year, and he was as happy as anybody in the building who claimed a medal yesterday. Roos right now in second position, Peter Yazapati in third, and the other two in this race came out of the repechage this morning. Radek Faučkas of the Czech Republic and Tibor Kamaricki of Slovenia. For the class of the field, the front three here, Roos, Nowinski, and Yazapati. 4 laps left. A careful race so far by Roos, Nowinski, and Yazapati. But if you're Yazapati, you know that an advancement just took place. You don't want to finish third and hope you have that good enough time. So we'll watch Yazapati. Certainly he's going to make some kind of move here if he can. There's the bell. Nowinski now in front. There's Yazapati on the inside trying to get around Roos, and he will. Can he defend? He will do that as well. Excellent finish by Yazapati. And Roos, a 1:23.7. Nowinski takes the heat. And that time for Roos looks to be good enough to get into the semifinals. We'll check as they adjust the official time, and it looks like Sven Roos will be fast enough. So there's a look at Nowinski taking down the last quarterfinal race. And we'll take a look at the official results. Here they are. Nowinski, Yazapati, and Roos with that little Q does advance as the one fastest third place time. Again, in the third quarterfinal, Niall Tracy was advanced via a penalty charge against Selye. So a couple of restarts, a couple of penalties, and there are the skaters heading on to the semifinals a bit later in this final day session. Seigel, the defending European champion, one of 3 Italians heading through. Evantuel trying to cap off a European sweep here in Dresden. And now ready for the B final, the women's 1500. If there's any advantage to all these skaters, especially those coming up in the A final, with those restarts, penalties, and little delays, they gave all these skaters about 5 or 10 more minutes to catch their breath and get their bearings back. And the introductions ahead of the B final. Lisa Eckstein, big ovation for the homestanding German. Gabriela Topolska out of Poland, 23 years of age. On a Euro podium last year as part of the silver mixed relay. And there's Silasay Nemetz. And Lena Dodetz. A couple of podiums in her career at the Europeans, both in the women's relay. Gold, though, today. There's Ajadora Samodi. Dutch teenager, Zoe Deltrap. So those are the 7 in this B final of the women's 1500 meter. So X9 carries on her shoulders the weights of the German fans here in this B final. She is in helmet number 68. Silvestre Nemet of Hungary on the podium last year here at the Euros. Filtered back though to the B final here today. She is in helmet 41. Melendade out front, Eckstein. And a who's who of European women's skaters are up next in the 1500 meter championship final. Vilzebor, Fontana, and Confortola, the defending European champion. A lot of great storylines coming up. There goes Deltrap in the pink helmet for the Netherlands. Captures the lead, but loses it almost immediately to Samodi. So it's the B final of the women's 1500 meters. Silvestre Nemet beginning to make a push toward the front. Valentina Asic of Croatia right now out ahead, and here's the first move back on the inside. Samodi for the lead. Silvestre Nemet 4th. Eckstein back to 5th for Germany. Coming up on 4 laps to go. Jadora Samodi still in front. There is Silvestre Nemet in the 41, trying to get around Asic. Asic still defending in 2nd position. Silvestre Nemet tries the inside, shut off. Good defense so far by Asic in that 2nd slot. Still Samodi. And now 4 across the ice. Tough angle around the corner. There's the bell. And out front, Asic of Croatia covers the corner. What a race. Beautifully done by Valentina Asic. Played defense for most of that race to maintain 2nd position, and she is breathing hard across the line and picks up a big win. She is grabbing the back of that left knee. She takes one more lap around the ice. So the B final complete. Valentina Asic of Croatia takes it down. And the results are official. Samodi 2nd, Topolska 3rd. Last year's bronze medalist Silvestre Nemet finishing 4th in the B final. Well, this will be one of the races of the championship. Now that we know who is in this A final here in the women's 1,500 meter, storylines aplenty. And here is how they got there. Velzebor out of heat 3 along with Ioriati. Fontana also got through. Yazapati and Stormosk out of the second heat. Confortola and Michelle Velzebor out of the opening semifinal. And ready now for the introductions for the European Championship of the women's 1,500 meter.
Presentation, women 1,500 meters. Start position number 1.
And in position number 1, here's one of the current superstars of our sport, Sandra Velzebor. Velzebor overall number 2, top-ranked skater at the 500 and 1,000 distance. 1,500 not really into her bag, but she showed great ability in that semifinal. There's Gloria Ioriati, silver medalist last year at this 1,500 meter. And here is one of the absolute legends of the sport, Ariana Fontana, 34 years old, working on the long track as well. If you weren't with us earlier today, we mentioned that she flew in to Dresden only about 3 days ago. Picked up another gold individually in the 1,000 meter yesterday and the relay, and worked her way beautifully into this championship final. Petra Yazapati on the podium yesterday, silver to Fontana in the 1,000, two-time Olympian. There's Kamila Stormowska. Stormowska. One-time Olympian from Poland. Here is the defending champ, Elisa Confortola. She's had a very good year across the World Tour circuit. No podiums yet, but when you throw her in the mix along with Sandra Velzebor and Ioriati and Fontana, I mean, this is a very deep 1,500 meter field. And here is Michelle Velzebor, the younger sister to Sandra Velzebor. They bookend. Sandra will open in position 1. Michelle, 2 years younger, in position 7. The sisters will skate for a European Championship. I'm sure something that growing up they envisioned, and here they are in the 1,500 meter. How's Fontana feeling right now physically? Working on the long track and the short track, jet lagged, 34 years old. 2 more gold medals this weekend of the Euros, 26 in her career, and trying to do it again and stop Father Time in its tracks. And away we go in the 1,500 meter. Well, one of the common threads after yesterday's gold medal win by Ariana Fontana was a lot of these skaters basically knowing just how perfectly strategic Fontana is, and what years and years of experience and all of those Olympic medals and all those Olympic races, what they bring Ariana Fontana when she pulls up the chair to the table in races like these. She might be 10, 12 years older than some of the competitors in this race, but nothing is more important than skill and experience. So watch Fontana with keen eyes. Right at the center of your screen right there in 4th in the early stages. And Michelle Velzebor in that lavender helmet. Sandra Velzebor back in the back of the pack. It's kind of where she was in the semifinal before she made one bursting move with about 3 laps to go. But again, in a race like this, in a championship like this, with all the experience, especially with Fontana and company, you might have to go to plan B, plan C to figure out what might work. And now we see Sandra Velzebor kind of weave her way toward the front. She's in 3rd. Fontana right now at the back of the pack. So it's Confortola, the defending champ, in the lead, tightly congested. And now the pace begins to pick up, and we will watch toward the back of the pack with Fontana and Velzebor. Confortola still in the lead. Yazapati and Starmowska battle for second. Little arm extension there by Yazapati. And now Ariati up in a second position. Xander Velzebor is fourth. Her sister is fifth, and Fontana begins to make a charge from the back. Inside 3 laps. Fontana, a lot of ground to make up. She dives in and picks up a couple of slots. 2 laps left. 6, separated by just a couple of meters. Fontana trying to work her way to the front. There's the bell. And there is Xander Velzebor grabbing the lead away from Ariati. Xander Velzebor around the last corner, and she's going to win European gold. Velzebor again, a late race maneuver that was impeccable. And the world champion at the sprints has just become a European champion of the 1500. There's the stretch and the finish and the European Championship smile for Xander Velzebor. Big race. And boy, what does that do for her confidence? Coming here, going against a lot of the top skaters in the world at a distance that is fairly unfamiliar to her. And no longer can you say unsuited to Xander Velzebor. Clearly, she has added that now to her game. And she will put on the warm-up jacket, grab the Dutch flag, and take the victory lap, waiting on the official results. And here they are, Ariati and Confortola second and third. Fontana finishing fifth. It just didn't look like the legs were there for Fontana. She was skating from the back of the field most of the race. Looked like she tried to make one move, but the skaters in front of her were matching that speed, and Fontana just didn't seem to have it today, and you can understand why. So now we'll head down to the ice and the victory ceremony for the European champion of the 1,500 meters on the women's side, Xander Velzebor of Netherlands.
By race director Mr. Overitske and chief referee of this competition, Michel Dumont. In third place and the winner of the bronze medal, representing Italy, Elisa Confortola. Gentlemen, Elisa Confortola. In second place, and the winner of the silver medal, representing Italy, Gloria Iotti. ladies and gentlemen, Gloria Iuriatti. In first place and the winner of the gold medal and the new ISU European Short Track Speed Skating Champion, Woman 1,500 meters 2024, representing the Netherlands, Sandra Belteboer. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of the Netherlands. Ladies and gentlemen, the medalists.
Well, Xander Velsboer was already a force to be reckoned with at the 500 and 1,000 meters, and now she's a European champion at the 1,500 meter. Posing for pictures, Iuriatti, Confortola of Italy, silver and bronze. As a matter of fact, at this fairly late stage of the European Championships, the Italians, as a squad, have more medals than the Netherlands do so far. Italy has 6, the Dutch have 5. And a few more events left to go. We'll have an ice resurfacing here over the next 15 minutes or so as we get a look at the classification out of that women's 1,500 meter events. So coming up next in about 15 minutes time, the semifinals of the men's 1,000, and then we'll go to the women's sprints. The 500 quarters are on the way. Those are the final 2 individual events, and a little bit later on as we wrap things up with the men's 5,000 meter relay. So we'll take a break. 15 minutes from now, back with the men's 1,000 meter semis. You're watching exclusive coverage of the 2025 European Short Track Championships from Dresden.
Vorstellen. Zum einen, was das bedeutet und zum anderen, wie das Ganze abläuft. Und wir haben hier den lieben Peter, wir haben den Christoph und die liebe Lisa. Lisa, die aus dem Shorttrack kommt, die auch Trainerin hier in Dresden ist, die den beiden Jungs und die noch ein bisschen hilft. Ich möchte euch bitten, jetzt gleich einmal, zumindest für alle, die sitzen, einmal die Augen zu schließen und einfach mal zuzuhören, wie die das machen, solch eine Veranstaltung auf der Audiospur zu visualisieren, sodass die Menschen, die leider nichts mehr sehen können oder noch nie sehen konnten, genau erklärt bekommen, wo sind wir, was passiert hier. Aber das kann der liebe Peter 1000-mal besser als ich. Ja?
muss dennoch mal das Headset noch dazu nehmen. Auch noch ein paar blinde Gäste hier dabei haben. Also wir machen das so, dass ich hier jetzt ein Videobildchen vor mir habe von einem Hoffnungslauf gestern und ich mache einfach mal die Audiodeskription dazu. Ich live jetzt zum Videobild und wenn ihr die Augen schließen wollt, ihr kriegt es dann nachher nochmal das Video gegeben. Vielleicht könnt ihr dem ja folgen, was wir jetzt in den nächsten Sekunden zum Besten geben.
Also bitte einmal jetzt die Augen schließen, dann werden wir das einmal genau besprechen, wie es dann auch auf dem Stream für die Menschen, die nicht sehen können, zu hören ist. Und danach schaut ihr euch das Video einmal nochmal genau an. Los geht's!
Wir waren am Start, die Läufer haben alle die Startposition eingenommen. Jetzt erfolgt der Schuss und wir sehen, der Franzose auf der Innenbahn schafft es nicht, den ersten Platz zu behaupten, sondern das macht der Ungar. Geht auf der Kurve direkt als erster in die Kurve, gefolgt vom Franzosen. Dann sehen wir dahinter den Türken, der versucht jetzt auf der Innenbahn, schafft es auch auf den zweiten Platz zu laufen. Dann der Ungar bleibt weiter in Führung, hinter ihm der Türke. Dann sehen wir den Franzosen, so geht es in die nächste Kurve. Das Feld bleibt gleich, dahinter der Brite, jetzt versucht es der Türke am Ungarn vorbeizukommen in der Kurve, schafft er nicht. Der Ungar behauptet Platz 1, der Türke versucht es erneut in der Außenbahn an der Kurve vorbeizukommen. Der Brite setzt sich auch noch dazwischen, jetzt hat der Türke es geschafft, ist vorbei und dann macht er den Sieg und läuft als erster ins Ziel ein für die Türkei. Murat Taktaki auf den ersten Platz, gefolgt vom Bulgaren Stefan Korojew. Und das war das Rennen. Hoffnungslauf 500 Meter und ich hoffe, ihr konntet auch mit geschlossenen Augen ein bisschen was davon erkennen.
Und jetzt lassen wir genau dieses Video, was der liebe Peter hier besprochen hat, lassen wir oben einmal auf der Videoleinwand laufen. Das Ganze natürlich jetzt ohne Ton, aber ihr habt die Worte von Peter noch im Ohr. Du machst das beim Handball, heute ist Problem beim Shorttrack. Beim Handball erklärst du zum Beispiel Linkshänder, situierter Arm, schreibst das Ganze noch. Das ist hier natürlich ein bisschen schwieriger, weil die haben einen Anzug an. Du kannst eigentlich nur entscheiden, nur über oder unterscheiden anhand der Farben des Rennanzugs und natürlich der Nummer auf dem Helm.
Das Schöne ist, Tatsache habe ich immer gedacht, Handball ist ein extrem schneller Sport zum Beschreiben. Shorttrack ist noch schneller, also es ist wahnsinnig schwer. Hier in den wenigen Sekunden passiert immens viel. Da war jetzt ja in Anführungsstrichen nicht mal ein Sturz dabei, aber dieses wahnsinnig schnelle Rennen mit den Athleten in der Kürze der Zeit so in Worte zu fassen, dass man als blinder Mensch der Situation sich vor das innere Auge führen kann, ist eine riesen Herausforderung. Wir freuen uns, dass wir hier sein dürfen. Aktion Mensch hat das mit gefördert, diesen Schritt zu mehr Barrierefreiheit. Und der Shorttrack-Förderverein in Dresden, herzlichen Dank dafür. Auch im Namen unserer blinden Gäste, die heute hier live vor Ort sind.
Und dafür mal ein riesen Applaus. Und Max, du hast da unten einen Zettel liegen. Ein Zettel, der eben geschrieben worden ist. Ich habe den dummerweise vergessen mitzunehmen. Nimm dir mal das Mikro, weil wir sehen jetzt noch mal ein Video da oben, was auch etwas unbesprochen ist, aber die Erfolge zeigt, die es im Shorttrack für Deutschland schon gab. Video ab. Es gibt gerade kleine Probleme mit der Technik, das ist überhaupt kein Problem. Aber wir machen einmal weiter mit ein bisschen Musik, lieber Max, und schauen mal, was wir hier heute noch für Stimmung reinkriegen in diese wunderschöne Joy Next Arena. tanzen auf der Tribüne unser Maskottchen Shorty. Um 15:26 Uhr geht es dann weiter mit den Halbfinalen der Männer 1000 Meter. Ich versuche das einfach mal zu besprechen, was auf diesem Video zu sehen gewesen wäre. Nämlich, es war, glaube ich, im Jahre 2010, da gab es Silber und Gold für die Herren oder umgekehrt, beziehungsweise es war ein sehr, sehr, sehr erfolgreiches Wochenende. Das war die Short Track European Championships in Dresden und da waren die Herren mit Silber und die Damen war Gold. Das war wirklich irre, und da gab es ganz viele Läufer, die heute auch da sind. Zum Beispiel Sebastian Maus. Er war da dabei, ist auch heute hier. 30 Jahre Paul Hermann, Robert Seidmann, Robert Becker, Eika Raus, Julia Riedel, Steve Rietz und Bianca Walter. Und Trainer war Erik Müller. Das waren Erfolge, genauso wie wir sie in Zukunft hier auch wieder sehen wollen. Und dafür bedarf es natürlich ganz, ganz viel Training von den ganz jungen Shorttrackern und ganz viel natürlich auch bei den, die schon gestandene sind. Und das wird hier natürlich alles geleistet, damit ihr hier irgendwann wieder viele, viele deutsche Erfolge feiern könnt. Bitte so langsam aber sicher die Blitz wieder einnehmen. In 2 Minuten und 30 Sekunden geht's weiter.
Beginning to wind things down here in Dresden. 2025 ISU European Short Track Championships. We move now to the semifinals. First of two races in the men's 1,000 meter. And this will be the next step for Jens van Swout to ascend as he makes his pursuit of a treble here in Dresden, trying to win the 500, 1,500, and 1,000 meter European Championships in the same events. And he's 2 for 2 so far, and he's into the semifinals. We'll see him on the ice in this opening semi, along with Sven Roos, who finished tied for silver yesterday with Stan de Smet. And Schwartz and Roos are very good friends, and there is de Smet. So there is the podium from yesterday. Van Schwartz claiming the 1,500, and de Smet and Roos, they went to the 1,000th of a second and tied for silver. So they all three will be in this semifinal. The trouble with that is first and second go to the championship final at a maximum of one fastest third. So this should be a pretty quick race because you don't want to have one of these three skaters left behind. But also Lucas Speckenhauser is in this event, and Nico Andermann out of the repechage, and he came out of the quarterfinals, and he grabs a lane here in this semifinal.
Go to start. Ready.
Van Swout's inside position, helmet 13, Roos next to him, and there's de Smet from Belgium working hard on the inside already. And yeah, he kind of bumped off Roos, and that might be examined here. So Roos has already been kind of pushed out of this race here. I don't see a yellow dot shown up as of yet. And there's Van Swout looking around saying, where's my teammate? Where's my guy? Well, he's the back-to-back trying to get back in this race. And again, no indication that will be reviewed. de Smet just kind of bullied his way through, had a little bit of a gap on the inside. But in this 1,000-meter race, time to recover, and good work by Roos to kind of get back with the front group. And Swout and de Smet, Speckenhauser third, then Andermann, and then Sven Roos working to get back in this race. 3 laps to go, but Roos has a lot of work to do here. He's expended a lot of energy just to catch back up. Inside the final 2 laps, Speckenhauser now in second, de Smet third. The lead still to Van Swout. And there's the bell. Speckenhauser digs to the outside. De Smet still third. Roos will be a non-factor. Van Swout around the final corner. Speckenhauser finishing second. De Smet 124 high, finishing third, just ahead of Andermann. Tough break for Sven Roos. Now we do see the video review score bug in the bottom left-hand corner with that yellow dot, and that certainly will be very early in this race. With Stan de Smet from Belgium working his way inside his Sven Roos in the 132. Right here, and this is where Sven Roos kind of stood straight up, went toward the pad, stayed on his blades, but his race was effectively over at that stage. So they will take a look and see if there's going to be any infraction assessed. So there is Van Swout. He'll move on. Speckenhauser will as well. And again, they were having a look, and that evidently has been cleared away. The results are official, and de Smet 124.875. He is literally on the clock. One more semifinal to come. A maximum of one fastest third will advance the Championship A final. And here are the skaters in the second semi. Nowinski, Yazapati, Seidel, Natalini, and Niall Tracy. Tracy silver to Seigel last year at the Euros. Seigel trying to defend his championship. He was unable to defend the 500 or the 1,500. This is his last shot. And boy, the form we're seeing from Van Swout. It is an uphill climb for anybody to knock him off. Nowinski has hopes. Seigel has hopes. There's Natalini. He sees it every day in training, working alongside Seigel. That's how hard he has worked to put himself center of the European map over the last couple of years.
Go to the start. Ready?
So away we go in the 1,000. Michal Nowinski of Poland will set the early pace here in Dresden. First two will book a spot to the A final. Kind of getting a sense that Nowinski's time is coming. He's yet to have that real big breakthrough moment yet, but very talented, very strong, certainly capable. And he's trying to get into a European Championship final here in the 1,000. Leads the pack. Seigel second. Yazapati third, and then Natalini and Tracy. Let's see what tactics Tracy puts together. Again, he was on the podium last year in those events. One of his breakout moments. Nowinski setting the pace, and here's the move by Seigel. He will easily make the inside pass and grab the lead. And now Seigel, the one to catch with about a lap and a half to go. Here comes Tracy on the inside. He's up in a third. Nice move. There's the bell. Natalini now a hard cut, and he takes out Nowinski with him. That leaves Seigel all alone in the front. He will win it. And finishing second is Niall Tracy. Yazapati third. Now is Tomas Natalini with a massive charge from the back and a bit reckless as he went on the inside, and it is not easy to take down Nowinski. And let's hope they are both okay, because they went flying at top speed into the pads, and Natalini, you see a helmet is off and he is struggling. Let's hope he's all right. We just saw that heavy collision involving Nowinski right there, and Natalini is putting his blade protectors on. They're taking a look at a potential yellow card for Natalini. Looks like he's all right. So that was a very aggressive maneuver, and there is Michel Demont. And we could see an advancement of Nowinski to the A final as a result. Take a look. Natalini again bursting through, outside in, and then is rams across in a hard collision there. This is what they are looking at as far as not only how to assess, but again, that was a battle for second position. So if it is going to be a penalty and a potential yellow card on Natalini, we would see Nowinski, if he is physically capable, advance to the A final. They're still taking a look. No official determinations have yet been made, but they are looking at a potential yellow card. Again, from the referee liaison, we're here for bad behavior on Italy's Natalini. Here's the official call.
We have a yellow card for skater number 40 from Italy. And we have an announcement on an A final for skater number 18 from Poland.
So there's the word. It will be a penalty, a yellow card against Natalini. Nowinski will be advanced, and Niall Tracy, kind of the beneficiary of it all, was on the podium last year winning silver, and he'll get a chance to get on the podium again. And here's what they saw: dangerous behavior, the official terminology for Natalini. Coming back from the back of the pack, made a big move trying to grab second place away from Nowinski, took him out hard. And there are the skaters we will see coming up. And that means Stan DeSmet will not move on to the A final. He was on the clock by the fastest third time, but instead, because of the advancement due to the penalty with Nowinski moving through, DeSmet will be in the B instead. Now we will quickly move on to the quarterfinals of the women's 500 meters. We'll see 4 heats, 20 skaters scheduled to come onto the ice. Michelle Velsborg, Annabelle Green, along with Kanya Eckstein, and Norway's Paulina Klevstein. Those are the 5 on the ice. Quick sprint, 4.5 laps. First and second, and a max of 2. Fastest thirds go to the semis. Well, for Velsborg, and we will get a quick restart. One of the skaters tumbles down. It was not Velsborg. 2 of them actually went down. Eckstein along with Annabelle Green. Curious to see what happened. Eckstein starting in position 4. Green in position 2. Green just kind of lost her balance. That was Green's issue. Took about a stride. Maybe caught a blade. Leaned a little too forward. Bumps into Kanya and then takes out Eckstein. And we'll get a restart. But across the World Tour circuit over the course of this year, as has been the case the last couple of years, Xander Velsborg, the top-ranked 500 skater on the women's side of the 500, but she's not entered in this event. Hannah DeSmet is not here this weekend either. So as a matter of fact, the top-ranked skater on the women's side of the 500 participating this weekend is Michelle Velsborg, and she's right now ranked number 10. Santos Griswold of the U.S. second. Brunel, DeSmet, Kim Bhutan, and Choi, Kim, Doak, and Stoddard. Those are the top 9 on the World Tour. Then Michelle Velsborg of the Netherlands is 10th. So it's a wide open European field. No Xander Velsborg in this field. Still working on the blades of Annabelle Green. Sophia Kanya. See Malashevska in the next quarterfinal. She has, along with Fontana, the greatest pedigree. Malashevska's been on a European 500 podium 4 times over her career, including European champion back in 2019. Fontana will be in the 3rd heat. So those are the large names in this 500 field for the women. And all 5 back to the line. See how Green gets off the line this time. And again, a little bit of a wobble for Annabelle Green, but stays on her blades, and we have somewhat of a clean start. Velsborg and Kanya out 1-2, a gap to Green and the rest of the field. Just 4.5 laps, and when you're in this position that Michelle Velsborg is in, you can write your path to the semifinals. And this is a highly unusual gap in a 500, not just from first to second, but second to third. And this is all Michelle Velsborg, making sure she doesn't make any unnecessary mistakes. Easy win, Kanya an easy second. And that 44.95 for Green, very unlikely to move on. That's about as routine as they come for Velzeboer. So the results of the opening quarterfinal, first of four. Simple, straightforward for Michelle Velzeboer, Kanya. And in green, 44.937 is her time. If you're wondering about Xandra Velzeboer, I haven't come across any information as to why she chose not to race this 500 and chase the European Championship. Certainly it's dealer's choice. Maybe putting all your focus on that 1500, which certainly paid dividends as she won gold earlier today. Now, that was the only individual event we've seen from Xandra Velzeboer, but certainly utilized on the relays. So an opportunity now for her sister, perhaps, to not only get on the podium, but maybe win it. Second quarterfinal. Natalia Malashevska inside position in the 97. Silver twice at the Europeans in this event. Bronze back in 2020 and the European champion back in 2019. Malashevska, Stormowska, and then Ariana Seigel from Italy in third. Luca Baksai and Hedvig Hille round out the five. Malashevska, the period several years ago where she was as dominant as anybody at this 500-meter distance. And she hears the bell, works around that last corner, and will win her quarterfinal heats. Baksai second, Seigel third. There's a yellow dot indicating a video review in this second quarterfinal. Video review has cleared any potential infraction. They were taking a look at a potential infraction involving the Hungarian skater Baksai, but that has evidently been cleared, although it still is yellow on our screen. Malashevska and Baksai will head on to the semifinals a mere moments from now. The championship final of the men's 1,000-meter after this, and then we'll get back to the women's 500 for the semis and the finals, basically back-to-back, and then close things down with the men's B and A final relays. There's the results. 44.026 the time for Seigel, and they'll take a maximum of 2 third-place finishers. So now on to heat number 3. We'll see Ariana Fontana. The legs just didn't appear to be there earlier today in the women's 1,500 meters. She got to the A final, missed the podium, won the 1,000 yesterday. We'll see how Fontana's feeling right now. Again, just flew into Germany a couple of days ago, training on the long track as well. This takes a lot out of you. Just trying to get through this quarter. Final Fontana in position number 2. And now we got a stoppage around that corner. I believe that was Asic who went down of Croatia. That's who it was. So another restart. Had several of these today. Asic out of middle position, a little hesitation there, and then lost her balance. So she kind of bumped up a bit. Against Bernice Combi of France, who's making a pretty assertive move from position 5. Bernice Combi out of the repechage earlier today to grab a lane here in the quarterfinals. And you see that frequently. This is just what Fontana needs, is another restart after using that surge of energy off of the line. You don't know where the needle is on the gas tank for Fontana right now, but she's doing her best to moderate it all. But in a 500-meter race, I mean, sometimes your only chance is to really take a high-risk gamble from the outside to give yourself any kind of opportunity. All five back to the line. Comey up top again, tries to make a move, does make more contact against Asik and goes down. Oh, that's the second time we've seen Berenice Comey out of the outside position up by the pads, make a move forward, easily getting past Van Oorschot, but then as she kind of dives down the ice, you saw that little hand on the hip, and then she lost her balance and might have been nudged off by Van Oorschot, and Comey goes down, and we'll have another restart. So one more time, they will take a look at the boots and the blades. And Berenice back onto the ice. Give it another run. Strategy didn't change. I can't imagine it will again. She's back out there again. She'll be top of the ice. It is chilly on that ice, yes. Folding the arms there. Taking a look at some divots. Cleaning that up. Fontana waiting patiently, very patiently. So here we go again. Comey again will dive down. There's contact, and Comey and Asik come together again. And Fontana takes a look behind her saying, what is going on? Again, that's Berenice Comey. From the outside again, darting down and trying to get around Asik. Plenty of contact, and I don't know if this will be reviewed or not, but I think for Ariana Fontana, I think she's seen enough of what is going on behind her these last 3 attempts at a start. And they are now going to take a look at a possible penalty here on Berenice Comey. And I think this one has merit. So they will take a look. And that might be the end of the effort by 114. You see Asik to her right. I mean, they're not talking. Yeah, I think that was Michel DeMont who just came over to Comey, put his hand on her back, and I think has just informed Comey that you are no longer needed on the ice here. Yep. So off the ice she goes. Well, stuck to her guns. That was her strategy, certainly, but it did not pay off at all. Didn't work the first time, the second time, or the third time. And Berenice Comey is discharged. So now we should be green lighted, yes? This will technically now be what, our 4th attempt at starting this race? The 3rd restart? Fontana's had enough of this. So here we go. Will we make it out of the first corner? Finally. Clean start, and now the crowd can get involved. Yazapati and Fontana and Asik, 1, 2, 3. Van Oorschot at the back for the Netherlands. 4.5 lap sprint. Top two move on to the semis. Lap and a half to go. Fontana to the outside. Now darts in. Can't get around Yazapati. There's the bell. Fontana still in qualifying position to move to the semis. Nice clean race by Yazapati. Fontana will get through. Asic up for third, 44 low. And again, they'll take a maximum of 2 fastest thirds to the semis. So all good things come to those who wait. Yazapati and Fontana dealing with the nuisance of 3 restarts. Both safely into the semis.
After review, we give a penalty to setter 114 from France.
There's the announcement of the penalty that led to all those restarts on Bernays Combi. 44.059 the time for Valentina Asic of Croatia. And that puts her right now on the bubble. Annabelle Green will not advance now. Seigel's time is the fastest third. We get a look at, I mean, take your pick, right? They could have queued up several replays, but that is the one that led to the official penalty on Bernays Combi. And one more quarterfinal to go. Sidorko, Mazur, Betty from Italy, Francis Levesque, who won a mixed relay gold earlier in the session today, and Germany's Betty Moski. Moski came out of the repechage as well. So she'll be in position 5, just like Combi was, who came from the repechage. Let's hope that Meski kind of learned some lessons on how to handle that outside position. See Dorco inside position. There's a look at Betty. So off we go through the first corner of the last quarterfinal. Sidorko and Mazur. Betty in third position. Now Betty, nice move inside, gets her on Sidorko. Mazur, your leader. 2 laps to go. Mazur and Betty somewhat in the clear. Betty makes the move, gets inside Mazur, and there's the bell. And it is Betty, it is Mazur, Levesque in third. And there's the finish. Tight for second, though. Betty wins it. Levesque and Mazur close at the line. I think Levesque actually got there. And they were taking a look inside the replay booth at a potential infraction involving Levesque against Sidorko, but that has quickly been swept away clean. There's the photo, and it is Levesque out-pipping Mazur, who came out of that last corner, straightened up a bit, lost her balance just slightly, and great closing ability there by Aurélie Levesque to get through. And Mazur's time not fast enough. So heading on to the semifinals, just moments from now, you see Velzbor at the top. Fastest time, Malashevska. Fontana is through. And Seigel and Asic, by virtue of third place times, are in as well. So now we'll move straight to the B final of the men's 1,000. We will crown a champion in mere minutes. Stan Desmet on the podium earlier this week. Tied for silver was Van Roos. Desmet will be in inside position. There's Nico Andermann out of the repechage to the B final. There's Van Roos. Tied for that silver with Desmet in the 1500 yesterday. And Peter Yazapati of Hungary. So those are the 4 in this B final. We'll see 5 in the A final here in moments, including Van Swoutz in his pursuit of triple gold.
Go to the start. Ready.
So the B final underway, 9 laps in the 1,000 meter. Stan Desmet has been a staple on the European Championship podium over the last few years. Another silver to his trophy case this weekend. Desmet 2 bronzes a year ago. Took a silver in Gdansk in 23. But here he is now in the B final, not racing for any hardware here. Yazapati in front. Andermann of Austria second, and Van Roos blitzing ahead, trying to thread the needle, and instead goes wide of Andermann and makes the double pass. Different kind of energy, certainly, for Roos and Desmet in a B final instead of racing for a podium at a championship. But the draws were tough in these semifinals. Desmet shaken back into 4th. Lap and a half left. It's Roos and Yazapati. Here comes Desmet from high on the ice. Desmet sprinting wide. He's up in his second, and here are these two again in the B final load today. Desmet and Roos, they tied for the silver yesterday in the 15, and they're within about 0.2 of a second here. Unofficially, Desmet will take the B final. I mean, he had a lot of ice to cover with about a lap and a half left. I mean, there was a decent gap for Desmet, but he overcame it and wins the B final. Fans wanting some autographs. Will Desmet agree? He will not comply. Results of the B final. Desmet, Roos, Yazapati, Andermann finishing 4th. Final individual race on the men's side of the European Championships. And 23-year-old Dutchman Jens van Swoutz is seeking history. European gold in the 1500, European gold in the 500, and he seeks to become the first Dutch skater to clean sweep the European Championships since his teammate Shinky Knecht right here in Dresden in 2018. And his moment is now, and he has been the class of the European field all weekend. And there he is. He will have inside position in this 1,000 meter. And Van Twout. But the field is deep. Lucas Speckenhauser from Italy looking for a breakthrough moment in his career here in Dresden. The defending champion is in position 3. It's Pietro Siegel. In position 4, off of the podium last year. Advanced to the championship final as a result of a penalty. It is Niall Tracy. And here is Michal Nowinski. And he is looking for that early career seminal moment also. This could be his time. High quality A final for the European Championship in the 1,000. So there's a look at the 5 vying for the European title. Last year it was Siegel who swept the 3 individuals. This time, Van Twout's head coach, he can barely stand and watch right now. You could read the nerves on his face as Van Twout comes to the line. But the Italians will be tough. Speckenhauser, Siegel. But all eyes on Jens.
Go to the start. Ready.
So off we go for the European Championship. And Van Twout trying to sweep the goals. He will settle in after a lap and a half in second position behind Niall Tracy. From the back, here is Nowinski. A hard charge forward for the lead. The Italians are at the back of the pack with Siegel and then Speckenhauser in 5th. See how this one plays out. Van Twout has effectively been racing from the front in about every event this weekend. And he will take the lead here, slithering through on the inside with 5 laps left. Nowinski stalking him. Siegel 3rd, Speckenhauser to 4th. Well, this is a position we've seen Van Twout in all weekend long. In the lead, can anybody run him down? He is chasing European Championship history. Nowinski slides out. And now it's Van Twout and Siegel beginning to close. Here's the bell. Van Twout takes a peek. Siegel, the defending champ, trying to deny Van Twout 3 straight golds. Looking for the sweep. Van Twout's around the corner. The stretch. Siegel and Van Twout in a photo. I don't know who got there. Siegel may have stolen it. He cut hard to the inside, stuck out the right blade, and it'll come down to the photo. Here will be the finish. You make the call. What a burst by Siegel. He got that right leg out and almost put it in front of Van Twout. We will see what the photo will tell us. Did Siegel defend by this stretch? Or is Jens Van Twout sweeping the medals? Oh, Siegel gets there. He did get there. And Pietro Siegel defends his 1,000-meter European Championship and denies Jens Van Twout a European Championship sweep. Pietro comes through in the big moments, especially at the Euros. I mean, he has not had great success in the World Cup and now World Tour levels in terms of podiums, but how about that for sportsmanship? What a race. But when it's European Championship time, it's time for Pietro. I mean, that finish in the last half lap was masterful. It's timing on this stretch. Got the blade out, and by 0.09 of a second, Pietro Siegel will stand on top of the podium again at the European Championships. Gold for Siegel, silver for Van Twouts, and Lucas Beckenhauser takes the bronze. What a race. What a finish. And now down to the ice for the victory ceremony for the now two-time European 1,000-meter champion, Pietro Siegel.
Representing Italy, Luca Spesnauza. Second place and winner of the silver medal, representing the Netherlands, Jens van Veld. Jens van Veld. In first place and winner of the gold medal and the ISU European Short Track Speed Skating Champion, Man 1000 meter 2025, representing Italy, Pietro Siegel. Please rise for the national anthem of Italy. Ladies and gentlemen, the medalists.
Well, there's Pietro Sieghel, who does defend his 1,000-meter European Championship from last year, and it took every ounce of energy and every millimeter of that blade as he outkicks Jens van Twout to defend the title. Phenomenal weekend by Van Twout. That'll be the last time we see him on the ice here individually. And Team Italy just continues a brilliant team weekend here at the European Championships. We'll total up all the medals a little bit later on as we get ready now for the last individual event we have in Dresden this weekend. We'll have the women's semifinals and then finals of the 500 meters. Then we'll close things down with the men's 5,000 relay, and that's it. So one more individual event. There's that stretch. There's that stretch. You can tell how much respect that those two have, and how about that for a celebration? Some proud members of the Italian delegation that stands, family and friends. And now we will get right into the semifinals of the women's 500 meter. First and second, and a maximum of one fastest third will skate for the European Championship in just moments. Two heats: Michelle Belzebor, Natalia Malashevska, Boxai, Fontana, and Ariana Saigal are in this race. And again, the nerves are back. The tightness of all the coaches. Fontana in the fourth position. Look at that start for Fontana, all the way up to second. That's going to give her a real shot to advance now. Belzebor in the lead. Malashevska right now on the chase in third. Well, that is the experience from Fontana in the 500. She's not used to being in starting position number 4, but capitalizes. And right now, just drafting off of Belzebor. A lap and a half to go. We'll see what moves Malashevska can put together. She's a former European champion at this distance. There's the bell. It is still Belzebor. Fontana right now safely in second position, and they will go 1-2. Malashevska spun out, exiting that first corner on the last lap. So no move at all, and Fontana is through, as is Belzebor. 42.94 the time for Belzebor. Ariana Fontana is going to have a chance to add to that medal total here at the European Championships. Picked up her 25th and 26th yesterday, but now Michelle Belzebor, she's going to have a shot at not only her first European Championship medal, but maybe a gold. Fontana with everything she has left, has one more race, 4.5 more laps is all she has left, and she is in. Saigal 43.459. And get a maximum of one fastest third. We'll see if Saigal books a spot in the A final as well. This could be some kind of Belzebor celebration this week, and if Michelle is able to get on top of the podium for the first time in her career. Second semi, Yazapati and Kanya from Hungary, Levesque from France, Asics from Croatia, and Chiara Betty. Yazapati will claim the corner from inside position, and off we go. 4 laps left. It is Yazapati and Betty. Kanya third. bit of a gap to Asik and then Levesque in the back. A straight line through the back straight away. Levesque up into fourth. Petra Yazepati still comfortably in charge. Betsy hawking right behind her. Here's the bell. The lead still to Yazepati. Kanya third. And Kanya looking for room around Betty. Will not get it. And it'll be Yazepati and Betty moving through to the A final. That 44-0 by Kanya will not be fast enough to knock Seigel off. So Ariana Seigel unofficially will move through as well. So Yazepati will be the lone Hungarian heading into the A final here in the women's 500. And the results are in. Ellsborg was 42.9, so almost a full second faster than the winner of the second semi. So she will have inside position again. Fontana through, Yazepati, Bede, and Seigel. There's a look at the B final contenders. Could be a day where the Velzebor sisters each win individual gold at the European Championships. That would certainly be a dream come true for them. One last ice resurfacing and 4 races remain. We'll have the women's 500-meter B final coming up in about 14 minutes. Then the A final, the women's 5, and then we'll close things down with the men's B and A final 5,000-meter relays. We are winding down from Dresden. You're watching the ISU European Short Track Championships exclusively. Stay tuned.
Hier in der Joint Next Arena in Dresden, ja, seht ihr die ganze Zeit die großen Sportler hier auf dem Eis. Und bis man dahin kommt, dass man hier bei den Europameisterschaften der Senioren auf dem Eis stehen kann, gibt es natürlich auch unsere Nachwuchssportler. Und diese möchte ich Ihnen gerne einmal vorstellen. Und deshalb will ich um einen großen Applaus für erstmal unseren Nachwuchs hier in Dresden. Jetzt bin ich natürlich auch mal ganz neugierig, wie sieht denn eigentlich so ein Training bei euch aus? Also wenn ihr jetzt zum Training kommt, was macht ihr denn da überhaupt?
Also als erstes machen wir Athletik, wir wärmen uns auf und so, dann gehen wir aufs Eis, aber am Donnerstag haben wir kein Eis, sondern nur Athletik.
Okay, also ganz viel Athletiktraining oder auch Eistraining und ich vermute, da gehört auch ein kleines bisschen Techniktraining dazu. Was macht man denn überhaupt beim Techniktraining? Was macht ihr da genau?
Also da machen wir Handeltraining oder Radentraining, wo man ordentlich abtrifft.
Haben da die Sportler irgendetwas vergessen? Wenn wir mal unseren Trainer fragen, Roger Kröppel, der hier nämlich in Dresden den Nachwuchs mit begleitet, was macht man ganz genau eigentlich bei dem Training?
Also unsere Mädels haben natürlich schon viel gesagt, was wir zu tun haben, aber
Ganz genau so sieht es aus. Und wir haben auch etwas ganz Kleines vorbereitet, nämlich einen kleinen Film über den Eislaufverein Dresden. Und den würden wir natürlich auch sehr, sehr gerne einmal abspielen. Deshalb Film ab. Der Eislaufverein Dresden, hier basierend in der Joynex Arena. Jetzt haben wir auch noch zwei und ich bin absolut neugierig. Was sind denn so eure beiden Favoriten, wenn ihr jetzt hier zur Europameisterschaft guckt? Also, wer soll eigentlich gewinnen?
Eigentlich mir ja, aber ich habe halt eben auch also zum Beispiel Betty oder halt eben auch Lisa.
Also Betty Möske und Lisa Eckstein, die schon hier in der Main-Session heute gelaufen sind. Und wie sieht es bei dir aus? Auch. Also da nochmal einen Riesenapplaus für unseren Nachwuchs hier in der Eislaufverein Dresden. Und vergesst nicht, es gibt einen Schnuppertag am 15. Februar. Und bis dahin gebe ich jetzt eigentlich erstmal schon nach hinten zu mir, zu meinem Kollegen Markus ab, denn der hat was Kleines vorbereitet.
Was heißt denn eigentlich, mein lieber Max? Ich bin und habe was vorbereitet. Wir sind heute am dritten Tag und 3 Tage lang sehe ich hier so eine coole Mütze. Eine orangene und so eine wunderschöne Schwedmütze. Und ich finde, ihr solltet vielleicht auch zusammen etwas tragen, was euch an Dresden erinnert. Du hältst mal ganz kurz mein Mikrofon, aber halt mir das mal so hin. Weil, sie zieht jetzt mal deine Mütze aus, einmal ausziehen. Pass auf, geh mal auf. Einmal die Mütze ausziehen. Und jetzt pass auf, eben. Oh, schicke Frisur. Also die habe ich auch mal. Und jetzt machen wir nicht mal richtig schick, sondern natürlich auch gucken, dass das genau richtig rum ist. So ist gut, oder? Nein, Spaß beiseite. Zieh mal selber runter. Ja, sieht gut aus. Nein, zieh mal runter. Ich möchte dir nicht an die Ohren. Mach mal selber runter. Nein. Hier, nimm mal das. Jetzt zieht ihr beide hervorragend aus. Das ist euer Applaus. Die Schweden sind immer schön lustig. Finde ich total gut. Und natürlich auch die Niederländer. Vielen Dank. So, wenn jetzt alles genau nach Skript läuft, was eigentlich nie passiert, das ist ganz normal. Erst einmal ein Applaus für die Kids, für den Trainer und für den Max. Und jetzt müsste eigentlich Shorty hier irgendwo stehen, bei mir sein. Wo ist denn Shorty? Shorty, mein Lieber, du sollst doch eine Runde tanzen. Wenn Shorty nicht da ist, machen wir das trotzdem. Wer Bock hat, tanzt eine Runde mit. Ihr seht oben auf dem Videowürfel oder auf der Leinwand, seht ihr die getanzte. Die passende Musik jetzt ab. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. Also ein kleiner Anspruch. Als kleiner Anspruch, wer cool tanzt, bekommt auch sowas Cooles wie die beiden Jungs hier. Dance all over the world. Original King Daniel, Shorty. I love how the girls move their body. And when they move their body, they're moving nice and sweet and sassy. Und natürlich wie so eine gute Scheiße, wenn wir schon rausstehen. Jetzt kommt was ihr alle könnt, wenn ihr in Urlaub fahrt. Und wer jetzt auch nicht mitmacht, bekommt von mir genauso wunderschönen Schein wie die beiden Jungs gerade hier. Aber das müsst ihr schon aufstehen. Das klappt ja bei uns überhaupt nicht, was hier ist. Nur aufstehen. Hier, jetzt gibt's es. Ich kann nicht sehen, wie die hoch.
Back in the Joint X Arena in Dresden, Germany, where the ice has been resurfaced one last time ahead of our final four races. And we'll begin things off with the B final of the women's 500 meter. The championship of the 500 will follow, and then we'll close things out with the B and A finals of the men's 5,000 meter relay. It's been a great weekend in Dresden. Italy has shown up and shown out this weekend in Dresden. We expected the Dutch to have very good results, and they have. Van Swout's 2 golds individually, 1 silver. Sven Roos tied for silver. And Alexandra Velzebor on the women's side winning the 1,500 earlier today, and now her younger sister is going to have a real chance to win a championship here in the 500 in a couple of minutes. But meanwhile, Team Italy, Pietro Siegel, silver in the 500 to Van Swout's. Gold in the 1,000, just pipping Van Swout's a moment ago. And on the women's side, Fontana, the 1,000 gold, Confortola, bronze. And in the 1,500, Italy went silver, bronze with Ioriati and Confortola, and then they also won the women's relay yesterday. So quite a weekend it has been for Team Italy. There's a start list of the B final of the women's 500. Vaksai and Konya, 2 Hungarians in this event. Levesque, Malachevska, and Asu. But we will see Velzebor, we will see Fontana. That will be the big duel in the 500-meter championship in just a couple of minutes. So here are the introductions. So Luka Bakskai of Hungary inside position. Her teammate Sofia Konya will be in position 2. France kicked off the day with a stunner in the mixed relay, winning gold as a result of some crashes, some penalties. And Levesque was part of that gold about, 3 hours ago.
Representing Croatia,
Valentina Asis in position 4 for Croatia. And one of the stalwarts over the last decade or so at this 500-meter distance, Natalia Malachevska of Poland. So those are the 5 in the B final. Konya from the second position, out early, and she will take the early lead away from her teammate Bakskai. Konya, Bakskai, and Levesque, 1, 2, 3. Crowd's been really plugged in over the course of the weekend here in Dresden. The World Tour season resumes in just a couple of weeks in Tilburg. And then Milan in the middle of February before the World Championships return to Beijing in the middle of March. The bell, Malachevska in front, and Konya goes down coming out of that last corner, so Levesque will finish second, Asic third. Baksai went down earlier, that is under review. So Malachevska will win the B final. We'll say Malachevska unofficially wins the B final. There's contact between Malachevska and Bakskai about midway through that race. There's Michel Demont, a referee, communicating with the staff. Let's take a look here. Malachevska on the right side of your screen into the side of Bakskai. In there. So they're having a look. Here's the result.
After review in the penalty to skater number 97 from Poland.
And it is a penalty assessed against Malachevska. So that will elevate Levesque to winning the B final. He's second, Konya third. So failure to give away from Malachevska. We'll get a look right here at what they saw up in the replay booth. Malachevska far inside, coming back in and right there. Bump that guy into the pads. So now ready to go. It's the European Championship for the women in the 500 meters. We are accustomed to seeing Xandra Velzebour's name in an A final here at the 500s, but it's her younger sister, Michelle Velzebour, the top qualifier. She'll have inside position and aiming for her first, not only European Championship medal individually, but her first gold, and she has a real chance at it. Her sister Xandra won gold in the 1500, a distance fairly foreign to gold medal success for Xandra. She won gold earlier in this session today, and now her kid sister, Michelle Velzebour. Can you say she's the favorite to win it? Probably. I mean, Fontana's going to be to her right in position 2.
Position number 2.
It's going to be a real opportunity for Velzebour. There is Ariana Fontana. Fontana, 26 European Championship medals. She'll be in position 2. Ariana Siegel from Italy in position 3. Now the Hungarian Olympian Petra Jasapati.
Helmet number 86, representing Hungary, Jasapati Petra.
Jasapati has been on the podium this weekend in Dresden, tries to do it again. Jasapati a silver to Fontana in the 1,000 yesterday. And Chiara Betti.
Representing Italy, Chiara Betti.
Betti, a couple of world medals in the mixed relay the last couple of years, looking for her first European Championship individual medal. 3 Italians, the makeup of the 5 skaters here in the A final: Michelle Velzebour, Ariana Fontana. See Fontana already on the infield, shaking out the legs. How much gas is left in the tank? Long track, short track, 5-time Olympian, Olympic legend. Tries to win another European Championship. It would be her second this weekend. Michelle Velzebour trying to make this her moment. We'll have a restart, though. The first objective for Velzebour is clearly to maintain her lead position out of that first corner. And the issue is nowhere near Velzebour or Fontana. There's a little stumble, I believe, by Chiara Betti out of position 5 on the left side of your screen. Now I take it back, is on Siegel in the middle. Maintain her balance, but called back to the line by Michelle DeMons. So that's the key. I mean, Velzebour, she's been the fastest for qualifying. Fontana claiming the 1,000 yesterday. She got to the championship final earlier today in the 1,500. Kind of used a lot of energy in the semifinal to get to the A final and just didn't seem to have a lot left in the legs in that 1,500. And she now has a couple of 500-meter races on her legs in the last hour, and here she is in the A final. So what's left in the blades for Fontana? And Velzebour has been very brisk so far today. What's left for Fontana is coming out right now. She is leaning forward, but she will not get to the corner first. Velzebor does. So here we go. Michelle Velzebor, chased by Fontana, and Yazapati quickly into third. And we'll check the strategy for Fontana. A 9-1 full lap. Fontana right on the hip of Velzebor. Here's her move. She darts inside. Will she get the lead? Oh, spins out, and down goes both Fontana and Velzebor. It's Yazapati now in front, and the two Italians on the chase. There's going to be a surprise European champion in the 500. Is it Petra Yazapati around the last corner? And Yazapati for Hungary is your European 500-meter champion. Second podium of the weekend for Petra. Silver to Fontana yesterday in the 1,000, and capitalizes on the spill between Fontana and Velzebor. And Yazapati is the European champion at 500 meters. And let's have a look. It's right out of this corner with Fontana leaned in a bit, might have clicked blades, and then spun around and down, and Velzebor could not maintain her blades. And the Hungarian flag around the shoulders of Petra Yazapati. So Hungary as a world champion. And boy, just the distress for Michelle Velzebor. Everything was in her favor to win European gold. And here is Michelle with the call.
After review, we give a yellow card for skater number 105 from Italy.
And it's a yellow card charged against Ariana Fontana. So Velzebor will finish fourth. And Petra Yazapati of Hungary wins gold at the European Championships as a result of this yellow card right here by Fontana, trying to get to the corner, spun around, and Velzebor tried as she could to maintain her balance, could not do it. So Petra Yazapati of Hungary is your European champion in the 500 meters. Will go down to the ice for the victory ceremony.
Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony for the ISU European Short Track Speed Skating Championships Women 500 meters for 2025. The medals will be presented by race director Mr. Uwe Rietzke and chief referee of this competition, Mr. Michel Dumont. In third place and the winner of the bronze medal, representing Italy, Chiara Betti. Chiara Betti. In second place and the winner of the silver medal, representing Italy, Ariana Siegel. Ariana short track speed skating champion, women 500 meters 2025. Representing Hungary für Ungarn, Jasapati Petra. Jasapati Petra. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Hungary. Ladies and gentlemen, the medalists.
Well, there was some serious emotion on the face of Petra Jasapati during the playing of the Hungarian national anthem. The reason, I think, is this. While they were doing the medal ceremony, I went back through the records. I don't believe a Hungarian woman has ever won an individual European Championships gold medal. I went back through all the records back to 1997. That very well may have been the first time that the Hungarian national anthem has been played to celebrate a women's European champion. History made in Dresden by Petra Jasapati of Hungary. Congratulations to her. Italy finishes second and third. Siegel, the silver. Betze, the bronze. Velzebor, fourth. And the yellow card issued to Ariana Fontana. So back on the ice for the last event. Two races. The B final of the men's 5,000 meter relay, and then the championship to follow. And this is the capstone to a great weekend in Germany. And again, we'll have a couple of weeks until the World Tour season resumes in Tilburg, and then the following week in Milan. And the Junior Championships will be in Calgary, Canada in late February, and the World Championships for the short trackers at the senior level in Beijing in the middle of March. So there is history being made right there by Petra Jasapati. A first for Hungary, a European individual women's champion. It's a beautiful anthem, by the way. So ready now for the B final, men's 5,000 meter relay. Hungary will send its men's squad onto the ice here, along with Great Britain, Turkey, and Bulgaria. And in the championship final, we'll see Italy, Poland, the Netherlands, and Belgium. So So fans of all teams and all countries about to witness the 45 laps of the B final. Theo Collins of Great Britain will start things off in helmet 94. He'll get the opening lap here. Hungary out with Zizmadia, Branistoy, Yazapate, Petra's brother, and Vincent Agrade. Great Britain with Jonathan Moody, Wesley Yates, Niall Tracy, Theo Collins. Turkey with Furkan Akar, Medahan Atan, Mohamed Bodzag, and Mirad Tatasi. And Bulgaria with Donchev, Girev, Komergiev, and Maxim Maximov. Those are the expected skaters here in this B final. Again, 45 laps. Just one of these squads right now ranked in the top 10 in the classification. That is Team Great Britain. But Hungary, you go back to 2019, the European champs. Their short track team is under a very different looking constitution now than it was back then. Near fall by Great Britain right there. There's Theo Collins who almost tipped over forward. Niall Tracy out for the Brits. Bulgaria still the early advantage. Komergiev makes the exchange. This is Yates on the ice now for Team GBR. Bulgaria with Girov. China so far is the top ranked team of the classification this season. Great run so far. A couple of golds in Beijing and Seoul. Silver in Montreal. Canada, a couple of golds to begin the campaign this year. Again, the World Championships will decide it all. But the European Championships, this has been utterly dominated by the Dutch. More on that in the A final. But some of you potentially out there watching may not have been born the last time that the Netherlands were not on the podium in this 5,000 meter relay. The lead to Great Britain. Hungary, Turkey, Bulgaria back to fourth. 28 laps to go. Gives way to Niall Tracy. The lead still to the Brits. Yazapati out there for Hungary. Casing in second. About at the midway mark of this race. Jonathan Moody for Great Britain. Turkey now slides up into second place. Atan. And now Turkey on a very good exchange. Easily coaxes the lead away from Great Britain. But now Collins puts his head down and goes right past the Turk. Taktasi making the exchange for Turkey. Akar is on the ice. Second place for the Turks. All teams still in contention. Bulgaria a close fourth. No real issues whatsoever on any exchanges yet. final 15 laps. Collins back on the ice, and he gets passed again, and he will make the repass, just as we saw about 8 laps ago. Gamesmanship between him and Taktasi. Now back to Niall Tracy. Turkey really wants this lead back. So a car makes the pass and maintains it this time. Exchanges we've seen from Turkey been quite good through the first 2/3 of this race. This is the biggest lead we've seen from any team so far. Bozdag. Another clean exchange. Turkey with a bit of a gap. Great Britain trying to hang on to second place and doesn't. Hungary is up into second place. Georgiev of Bulgaria back and forth. This is a sizable lead and margin for Turkey. Their exchanges have been beautiful so far in this relay. And Great Britain still third. Well, the Turks pulling away. 6 laps left. Hungary is second. Great Britain fading a bit third. And in the distance back to Bulgaria. So this race over the last final 12 or 13 laps is all Turkey. Taktasi for his final rotation. And one more exchange. And Turkey is on its way to the B final victory. This has been an impressive back half race for Turkey. The bell and the last lap. And the teammates cheering him on. Battle now for second. Hungary and Great Britain, but Turkey will take it down easily. Great Britain is up for second. That was a terrific effort by Team Turkey. A car closes it out. The exchanges were pristine for Turkey. And that high quality covered the entire race, and Great Britain and Hungary could not keep up. And yes, everybody gasped after that 5,000 meter effort. Quality race by Turkey. Final 15 laps made that a fairly routine win. Great Britain second, Hungary third, Bulgaria fourth in the B final. Well, that will leave us with one last race here at the 2025 ISU European Short Track Championships. It is the A final, the championship of the men's 5,000 meter relay. And we will see one of the teams that has been utter dominant at this 5,000 meter distance basically since the advent of the race. And here is how they got here. Italy coming through the second heat in the semifinals. Poland, the Dutch, and Belgium gets through. So those are the 4 teams. And the anxious fans, and one last time hoping that their country will come through here at the Euros. So here are the introductions. Team Italy, a bronze in Montreal, the second running on this world tour, and they're playing the strings. They're ranked number 5 in the world classification. Here is Poland, the world bronze medalist last year. They've been bronze at the Euros the last couple of years. Nowinski, Selye, Kuzinski, and Nathan Thomas are the quartet for Poland. Well, I teased it a bit earlier for the Netherlands. They have been on the podium at this 5,000 meter each of the last 14 years. They've won gold 8 of those. They are the 3-time reigning European champion. And they'll be the favorite here. And here is Belgium. European silver medalist last year. Belgium with Desmet, Neuron, Petre, Van Dam. So there is the start list. Now for Team Netherlands, looks like Don Koss was scheduled to be part of the quartet. Looked like Shinky Connect is out there. Sven Roos raced in the semifinals. So getting the right 4 skaters on the ice here for this A final. Jens van Swoets denied a 3rd individual gold about half an hour ago. There's a look at Tjone Boer. He will have the opening leg. Ward Petre, Selye.
Go to the start. Ready.
Italy will open with Luca Speckenhauser. So away we go. The European 5,000 meter men's relay championship. The Dutch have won it each of the last 3 years. 24 in Gdansk, 23 in Gdansk, 21 in Gdansk, and they claim gold here in Dresden. So the first exchange is Van Schwoutz. It is Seigel. And the 3rd on the ice, I believe that is Shinky Connect for the Netherlands. In the 131, Italy with Previtali. Natalini will be the 4th on the ice. So it's Italy, the Netherlands, Poland, and Belgium. Now for the second orbit of skating. Speckenhauser matched up against Boer. Selye of Poland in 3rd. 8 of the last 14 years gold for the Netherlands in this event. The last time they did not reach the podium, strangely enough, was in the year 2010 when the European Championships, where were they held? Right here. 14 straight. Previtali out ahead of Connect. Kuzinski now on the ice for Poland against Natalini. Now that is Koss on the ice for the Netherlands, not Sven Roos. So back now to Tjone Boer, the Dutch. He's kind of hanging back in 3rd position. 32 laps to go, almost a 1/3 of the way through. Little issue there. Oh, tights across the infield as well. Belgium and the Netherlands nearly got tied up. Seigel to Previtali. Connect in 2nd. Natalini just checking out the competition, wants to know exactly where Koss is. 18 laps down. Speckenhauser. Italy has led the duration thus far. Van Swoutz and Seigel, that'll be the matchup late. And now the first move, Sneaky connects, takes the lead for the first time for the Dutch. Got the pass on Previtali. And now it is Kosh to maintain the lead ahead of Natalini in Italy. Kuzinski in third position. Across the line, 21 laps to go. Sizing up the exchange to Jens Van Swoutz. Van Swoutz out ahead of Seigel. Nowinski on that same lap. Tight quarters here. Kosh and the Dutch still on top across the line, and this 5,000 meter relay has 16 laps to go. So a couple of more rotations for each of these skaters. Schoenborn, here comes Poland making a move. That's Selye. Poland up in a second position. Not a lot of room right there for Selye to navigate around Speckenhausen, but he got it done. Now back to Van Swoutz. Nowinski right behind him. Now Sneaky Connect maintains balance. Goes a bit wide, not much of an opening though for Poland to close down. Sneaky Connect keeps the lead for the Dutch. Looking for their fourth straight European championship of the 5,000 meter relay and trying to stretch the lead out. Dan Kosh pushing the tempo. Italy back into second. And Italy closing a bit. We will have one more full rotation of skaters. And here's the first of the final four for the Dutch with 8 laps to go. Lead to the Netherlands. Italy and Poland second and third. And a strong final 2 laps right there by Jan Boer. And now it's Sneaky Connect time. Can he maintain the lead? There's Previtali battling Thomas for second place. Can they chase down the Dutch? Now to Dan Kosh, the penultimate skater for the Dutch. Italy beginning to close ground. Here come the Italians. And a big move by Italy. Here comes Natalini on the outside. Cuts in, makes the exchange. There's contact. Italy maintains balance somehow. The Italians in the lead. Seigel up in front. The Dutch are back to third. Here's the exchange. Nowinski on the exchange takes over for Poland. Here comes Michel Nowinski. Italy chasing the bell. Seigel cuts in. The lead to the Italians. Here comes Van Swoutz. Does he have enough? To the inside. Italy looks to have won gold. Seigel might have pipped Van Swoutz again. That race is worth the price of admission. What a race. And it will be the Italians, assuming there are no issues on any reviews. I don't know how the Italians stayed on their feet. And a penalty charge to the Dutch. and they will miss the podium for the first time since 2010. It's been 15 years since the Dutch missed a podium in the 5,000 relay, and the Dutch are absolutely shocked. And it is Italy. European Championship gold for the Italians. So it'll be Italy, Poland, and Belgium on the podium, and the Dutch are just shocked. They finished a very close second. Michel Demott and his video officiating crew checked the replay, penalized the Dutch, and for the first time in 15 years, the Dutch are off the podium at the European Championships in the 5,000 meters. And Dresden, the location again. So Italy, which finished runner-up to the Dutch in 21, runner-up to the Dutch in 23, off of the podium last year, win gold, and here is the penalty on the Dutch. Lane change during the exchange causing some contact right here. This is where we did see some contact there on the exchange, and frankly, I'm not quite sure how the Italian skater stayed on his feet, but he did. And Netherlands did as well and fought valiantly to get back in the race and cut it to a mere couple of thousandths of second, but the penalty charged, and Italy will be on top of the podium in the 5,000 meter relay. I don't know what the tickets cost to get in, but watching that race, high level, a lot of strategy, big moments, and all worth it. And there's a new European king. And that is just a capper for a tremendous weekend for Team Italy. So as they get ready for the victory ceremony, here's what the Italians did this weekend. Men's side, Seigel, silver in the 500, gold in the 1,000. Speckenhauser, bronze in the 1,000. On the women's side, Seigel and Bette, silver and bronze in the 500. Fontana Confortola, gold and bronze in the 1,000. And the 1,500, Ioriati, a silver, Confortola, a bronze. The women won their relay, and the men have just done the same. And on the women's side, they had two on the podium in each of the individual races. And on the men's side, they did it once. They will need one either seat on the bus or a seat on the plane for all the medals that Italy is bringing back home from Germany. And let's go down to the ice for the victory ceremony for the Italians.
In third place and the winner of the bronze medals, Steinder-Smith, Warren-Oren, Warren-Petre, Warren-Van Damme, Team Belgium! Team Belgium. In second place and winners of the silver medal, Pavel Adamski, Lukas Koczynski, Michal Nowinski, Jan Estelier, Nieten Thomas, Team Poland. champions, men 5,000 meters relay 2025. Mattia Antonioli, Thomas Natalini, Lorenzo Previtali, Pietro Siegel, Luca Spechnauser, Team Italy! Team Italy! Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Italy. Ladies and gentlemen, the medalists.
Well, this final result, the gold by the Italians in the 5,000 meter relay, is a fitting finish to what was just a phenomenal performance by the Italians. There's the podium: Italy, Poland, Belgium in the men's 5K relay. But kind of putting a final bow on this European Championships, which is now officially closed. First off, we had the historic Hungarian gold of Petra Yazapati in the 500, the first ever female individual gold medal by a Hungarian short tracker. Congrats to her. Earlier today, we had the French shocker, the gold in the mixed relay, which came out of nowhere and as a result of a penalty in that A final. So the French with a little bit of history of their own. But when you look at the medal table, the Netherlands usually come in and rule this European Championships. The Dutch had 6 overall medals. Italy finished with 11. 7 of them on the women's side, 4 on the men's side. The Dutch had 4 on the men's side, just 1 medal, and it was the gold by Velzebor in the 1500. The Dutch also netted a silver in the mixed relay. But Italy, 11 medals over the course of the weekend, 4 golds, 3 silvers, 4 bronzes. And the Dutch, 3 golds, 2 silvers, and 1 bronze. So it was a weekend where most all events were won by either a Dutch skater or an Italian skater. outside of the mixed relay gold for France and the 500 on the women's side to Yazapati. Well, that is going to wrap things up here from Dresden. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast all weekend long. We return to World Tour play in Tilburg, Netherlands, coming up the weekend of February the 7th for all of us with the ISU. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your weekend, and so long from Dresden.